So we'll talk about the retail of the future. And it's a very, very exciting subject because retail, I believe, is going to change within the next 10 years a lot. So that's what we're going to talk today about. The important things are things we haven't even yet imagined. So today we'll try to imagine things which are impossible to imagine. So let's think year 2020. So if you think about evolution of internet, many services went through evolution of going through be great on the internet and then be also great in our daily lives. And transitioning from the online world to the physical world. Search is one example. 15 years ago, it was pure online experience. We had to sit in front of our desktops to type in Google. And in physical world, to do search, we would have to use something else, books or maps or something else. So what happened with shopping is we also, 15 years ago, had online world, and this is my wonderful parent, Amazon, launching 15 years ago a site for books. And then there was a traditional shopping everywhere else. So if you look at what happened over the last decade, the online world and the physical world merged together in search. But if you look at shopping, it hasn't. We still have very much traditional shopping and traditional in-store experience. And we shop online. Granted, there are more categories, more products available, the service is faster, but it's very much the same experience. Experience hasn't changed much in the last 15 years or so. So there are some funny phenomena which is trying to bridge that gap. For example, the phenomenon known as showrooming, where we go to the physical store and we look for item we love, and then we pull our phones out and we search for the same items. And then we go and buy them online because the price is cheaper. And from customer experience perspective, that is a really bizarre experience because you really shop in a physical store, you love an item, and then you have to wait for days for it to arrive at a doorstep. Completely bizarre. Or another experience is shop online and pick at a store. From customer experience perspective, it is a ridiculous experience. So what's going to happen within the next 7 years? So there is one version, which is a scientific fiction version. And that is technology will fully take over the traditional bricks and mortar stores. The sales associates will be replaced with robots. We're going to have machines cutting our clothes. And experience is going to be completely transformed into high-tech experience without any personal touch. When you think about traditional shopping, there are some product categories where online experience is great. It's particular when you know the product well and you know what to expect when you open the box. It's also for a product which has a massive, very useful selection. For example, when you think about books, or printer cartridges, or cables. However, there is one category which is very, very different. And that category is apparel. So if you shop for apparel, and I'm sure many women in the audience have tried to shop online, you see what happens with your experience is you see an amazing piece of apparel online, and it looks gorgeous, and you really want to try to buy it. But unfortunately, when you open the box, so this is how it would look like on a normal woman, which is making that experience of purchasing apparel online very, very inconvenient and hard to find the perfect fit and hard to find the right clothes for you. So what we tried to do shopping online even more for apparel. And our experiences were less than perfect. It works, just not that good. This is one of our software development engineers volunteered for this mission. His name will remain unknown for obvious reasons. And then you end up with returns and more returns. So what we thought about is the traditional in-store experience and how it can be improved drastically with the usage of technology. So if you think about experience today, it kind of sucks because you have to go to the store, you have to dig through the piles of clothes, you have to stand in line to wait for a checkout. And then women here will relate to this picture, which is when you're in a fitting room naked and you want a larger size, and there is no way for you to get it but to scream for help and wait, or get fully dressed and then go back to the floor. So from the designer perspective, it is also very challenging to create a beautiful store, because when you think about designing of a retail interior, you have to deal with displays capable of storing piles and piles of different sizes, piles and piles of clothes. So when you think about technology, if online technology is this, in-store technology, the state of it is pretty much this. It doesn't exist. It's barely moving. You can take your credit card, but that's about it. We barely know where the item is on a shop floor today. So the idea behind Hointer was to create an entirely different experience, to turn it completely upside down, to take all the convenience of online shopping and bring it into the store and allow designers to create in a very different way. So we thought of a very new experience which combines the interesting front end with 21st century back end, allowing us to know exactly where every item is and service it to customer.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Sposato. I'm the chairman of GeekWire, and this is how I typically buy jeans. Look at all this here. I've got straight regular waist. Let's see, we're relaxed low waist. Or do I want boot cut? Wait a second. Where's my size? Let's see. Well, I can't find my size here. And these are kind of out of order. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Am I even in the right section? Okay, all right. There has got to be a better way. I've been told that there's a revolutionary new shopping experience going on here, just right here in the U District. It's called Hointer, and it's for all the guys who actually hate to shop. Now, ironically, now come follow me. Now, ironically, I actually love to shop, so I don't know if that makes me a good candidate for this test or a bad candidate, but I'm told that this is pretty amazing, that this is a new way for me to buy jeans, in this case, at the Hointer store, and I'm going to show you how that's done. Walking in, and here's a store. Wow, immediately I'm hit with a bunch of jeans. I can see what's going on here, the different finishes, the different brands. I can see different pockets. Wow, this is great. And I believe I have to download an app for this. So let me just actually take out my phone. And, oh, here it is. I already have it. I'm going to go ahead and scan. All right, let's do this. This looks good, right here. There it is, it's scanned. And then I'm going to hit that I want this size. And I'm going to go ahead and try it on. And it's going to be in fitting room number 3. Let's go to fitting room number 3. Fitting room number 3. That. Those are the very pants that I just scanned in the size that I selected. That's amazing. Okay, now if you can give me a moment, I'll try these on. I would be ready to buy these. The most amazing moment was when you walk into it tells you the fitting room and they're there. They're there. That was cool. Well, I actually had a pretty fantastic experience. I was skeptical at first because I'm actually the kind of guy that enjoys sort of meandering around a big, comfy store that's softly carpeted with piano music playing. Maybe somebody comes over and serves me a glass of scotch. That's actually happened. But this was really amazing because it exceeded my expectations in terms of how quickly I got the items that I wanted. It almost felt like a magical moment when I scanned the items. Those were the items I wanted. And then when I hit the button try on the application, it directed me to a dressing room, and automatically the clothes were already there, and no fuss, no muss. I try them on. I could buy them right there. When I returned the items, they disappeared from my cart. Pretty paradigm shifting, actually, in a lot of ways, both for the customer and then also for the sort of the economics of the store itself in terms of labor costs, shelf, product stocking, those kinds of things.
So what does it do to the design of the store? If you go to a traditional store, and this is a clothes are from Ann Taylor. If you go to a traditional Ann Taylor store, the design of the store is piles and piles and piles of clothes, racks and racks and racks of clothes. And when I talk to the designers of the store, their biggest challenge is that they cannot use their creativity to create a gorgeous displays, but they have to use their creativity to figure out how to fit this all crap in. And so what they do is they use all their imagination and they create beautiful mannequin gardens like this one. But the problem is that those gardens of mannequins are completely non-functional for customers. So if you come to the mannequin today at Ann Taylor, finding what this mannequin is wearing is a pain in the neck. You're going to spend 30 minutes looking around the store, searching and finding different pieces and trying it on. So the reason they got really excited about making those displays more interactive is because think of what experience could be. You have the garden of mannequins and there are no piles in the store at all. You come in using your mobile phone and you tap the mannequin, and everything the mannequin is wearing appears within 30 seconds in your fitting room, and you as a customer can try it. If it's not mannequin, it could be something else flying in the air, thinking of an entirely different design where there are no piles, no clutter, only one item of each needs to be presented on display. And it's very interactive, so customer who sees the mannequin or who sees an item in a store can request his or her size, can request the online shipping of that item, or can simply buy it, click and buy it. And that vision is very, very appealing because apparel happens to be a very good category. And the reason it's good because it's very, very large. So if you take all categories, which, for example, Amazon is working on right now, which is books and electronics and toys and movies, and you combine it all together, it is still smaller than just one category, apparel. So it is a great category to work on, and it's a great category to solve and innovate in. And so this is my team. It's probably not the best experience to just look at it, so just come to the store and check it out. And think about different innovative ways which you will be able to design the store of the future, given that one item of each needs to be presented in an entirely different innovative way, and that one item is interactive through the mobile technology. Thank you.